Rich House with Gospel Rescue Mission, Muskogee, Oklahoma. Here at GRM, we are on a quest to end poverty. I encourage you to visit our website and go to our link on Quest to End Poverty. It's grmmuskogee.org. Check out our Quest to End Poverty. It has a big scale story about how we can end poverty. It is something that's very real, very possible, and has been done before. Today I want to focus in on one of the issues that we address in that quest, and that is racism. Now, those of you who have white skin may not understand this, but they did this study in Chicago that really illustrates this. So rather than just tell you, I'll just tell you the story. They did this study, and they had two different couples, two different groups of people they put together. They had an African American, or black, I guess, with Black Lives Matters, we can use that term. African American men, African American female, and then a white male and a white female. And they had them about equal clothing. They made everything the same they could. They had them with the same stories. So truly, the only thing really different among each of these was gender, male, female, and then race, African American or white. Those were the four factors that were in play. They had similar job stories, similar everything else. But those are the factors as they went into Chicago and did some different negotiations for vehicles at auto dealerships. Whether it was new or used, they went to almost every dealership in the city of Chicago separately, trying to accomplish the purchase of a vehicle. And they had a set price in mind, and they went about this. And the interesting thing that comes out of this whole study, as they do this, is that the white male, the starting price, where the price is negotiable, was always low, the lowest possible. For the white female, it was just a little bit above that. The African American female, or black female, was the next level up, and then the black male was the very highest. And interestingly enough, that no matter how good of a negotiator that African American or black male was at those sort of skills, the best he could do is get to the starting price of where the white male was. And the other thing that I find interesting in this study is that it did not matter what race the dealer was or the auto salesman was. It was a white preference that was clearly illustrated in this study. Now, you may not realize that you have this preference. It comes out in little ways, the way you think maybe, but we all believe we don't have this white preference. And I would say that this is a better term than racism. Most of us are not thinking negatively about those of different race, whether that's African American, Asian, or any other race that might be out there. We don't consciously do this. So I would say that's very true, but it's a white preference, and it might be a better way to look at it. I want to share another little story with you, and I really want to use this to challenge us to start having some real conversations. There's a lot of yelling and screaming and threatening, and things are all being done in the media, where really we need to do this face to face. We need to do this reasonably and logically. We can do better than this. We are Americans. On the Statue of Liberty it says, "Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door." Folks, we want the dregs of society to come to America, and then we want to mistreat them. Why is that? How can that possibly be? We are the land of the melting pot. We can do better than this. So I want to challenge us to go out and purposely make a relationship with someone of a different race, of a different culture. Be challenged. And this is a challenge. Go out this week and make 3 new friends. Not baby best friends, but just come and listen and understand how they perceive police interaction. How do they perceive government interaction? How do they perceive employment options? It can be a very interesting study. Just find out how your community is and find 3 to 5 people that you can find out about. Do an investigation. Buy them a cup of coffee. Buy them a hamburger, whatever it takes. But have them sit down and you share back and forth. This is a two-way street. Both sides need to listen to this. Another thing I will challenge you to do is go to harvard.edu, implicit, implicit.harvard, harvard.edu, /implicit, /takeatest.html. I'll put that in the link on Facebook so you can see that. This is a great test to do to find out where your preference lies. I really it's really eye-opening. You may not realize where you fall, and hopefully you'll come out good. When I took this test, I came out where I had no preference. I felt really excited about that. But I think that is because I have deliberately made relationships with people of different cultures and different races. I've lived in Europe for a season. I visited lots of friends from different places. I've worked with refugees. So maybe I've been able to wipe that preference out. But I know that's not true for everyone, so I want to challenge us to do that this very week. Have a great week, and definitely email me at rich.schaus@grmmuskogee.org and let me know that you watched this and that you are taking the challenge seriously.